In retirement, being a single income family in Canada can come with a massive hidden penalty that can cost you thousands. Let's look at the math. Imagine two retired couples, both with a household income of exactly $100,000. You would think they'd pay the same amount of tax, right? Couple A, with two incomes, keeps more of their money. Both partners are in a lower tax bracket, so their total tax bill is relatively small. They look happy. But couple B, they get hammered. The entire $100,000 is piled onto one person, pushing them into a much higher tax bracket and dramatically increasing their household's total tax bill. This is the marriage tax penalty. It's a flaw in our system that punishes single income households in retirement. But you don't have to accept it. Today, I'm going to show you how to legally shield your retirement income using one of the CRA's own most powerful and most misunderstood tools. Hi, I'm Jay, and welcome to the Maple Finance. Today, we are pulling back the curtain on the Spousal RRSP, a tool that can save your family thousands in retirement taxes. By the end of this video, you will know exactly how to use it to shift income from the high-income spouse to a lower-income spouse, effectively slashing your total household tax bill. We'll also break down the critical 3-year attribution rule. Getting this wrong is the #1 mistake people make, and it can completely wipe out all the tax benefits. I'll also show you an advanced strategy the pros use called the Meltdown, which can allow you to pull thousands out of your RRSP completely tax-free before you turn 65. And finally, we'll give you a simple checklist to decide if a spousal RRSP is actually the right tool for your specific financial situation. All right, promise made. Let's dive right into the problem. To understand why income splitting is so powerful, you first need to understand how our tax brackets work. Think of them like a staircase that you have to climb. Now, let's look at our first couple. With two separate $50,000 incomes, both partners stay on the lower, cheaper steps of the tax staircase. Their tax rate is manageable. They each get to use their own basic personal amount, which is thousands of dollars of income that is completely tax-free. The result, a lower overall tax bill. But now, look at our single income couple. That entire $100,000 of income is assigned to one person, forcing them all the way up the staircase into the highest tax brackets. They only get to use one basic personal amount, and a huge chunk of their income is taxed at that much higher rate. It's the same household income, but a much bigger tax bill. This is the penalty. It's not about how much your household makes, it's about how that income is distributed. The solution is to smooth this income before you retire. And that is exactly what a spousal RRSP is designed to do. It lets you rebalance the scales years before the CRA ever sends you a bill. Okay, so how do we actually do this? Let's meet our couple, Harry the high earner and Lisa the low income. They're the key to understanding this. First, and this is the most common point of confusion, the spousal RRSP account is opened by and legally owned by Lisa, the lower income spouse. It is her property. But the money going into the account comes from Harry, the higher income spouse. He is the contributor. He is funding an account that he does not own. Why would he do this? Because Harry, as a contributor, gets to claim the immediate tax deduction. He's in a high tax bracket, so this results in a big, juicy tax refund for him right now. It's also critical to know that this contribution uses up Harry's personal RRSP contribution room. It does not use any of Lisa's room, which is a key benefit. So let's recap. Lisa owns the account, but Harry contributes the money, claims a deduction, and uses his own contribution room. It's a true team effort. Okay, listen closely. This is the single most important rule of the spousal RRSP. Getting this wrong will ruin the entire strategy. It's called the 3-year attribution rule. The CRA created this to stop people from using this tool for a quick, unfair tax dodge. You have to prove you're using it for long-term retirement planning. Here's the rule. If Lisa withdraws money in the same year Harry contributes, or in the next 2 calendar years, the strategy fails. The money hasn't cooled down yet. The money attributes back to the contributor. This means the CRA treats it as if Harry made the withdrawal, not Lisa. The entire withdrawal amount is added to his income. Since Harry is in the high tax bracket, he gets hit with a massive tax bill, completely defeating the purpose of the income splitting. This is the trap you must avoid. The strategy is simple. The money must remain untouched for the calendar year of the last contribution plus 2 full calendar years. So a contribution anytime in 2024 is safe to withdraw starting January 1st, 2027. After that cooling off period, the money is officially Lisa's in the eyes of the CRA, and any withdrawals are taxed at her lower marginal rate. That's the win. So why not use regular pension splitting? While that's a great tool, it has a major limitation. You can only use it after you turn 65. The spousal RRSP is your ticket to early retirement income splitting. This opens up a powerful strategy financial planners call the meltdown. It's a form of tax arbitrage. Step 1. The high earner contributes while in their peak earning years, getting a huge 40 to 50% refund. Step 2. You wait. After the 3-year attribution rule is satisfied, the money is now fully in the lower income spouse's name for tax purposes. Now, for the meltdown. If Lisa has no other income, she can withdraw about $15,000 a year from the spousal RRSP and pay almost zero tax by using her basic personal amount. Think about that. You get a massive 45% refund when the money goes in, and you pay zero tax when the money comes out. It is the perfect income splitting machine. For couples with a big income gap who want to retire early, this strategy can accelerate your path to financial independence by years. So after all that, is the spousal RRSP right for you? Let's break it down with a final verdict. It's a powerful tool, but it's not for everyone. You should absolutely use it if there is a significant and consistent income gap between you and your spouse. The bigger the gap, the more powerful this strategy becomes. It is a must-use tool if you plan to retire before age 65. It's your best option for income splitting before regular pension splitting becomes available to you. Consider it if you want to protect your OAS. By keeping both individual incomes below the OAS clawback threshold, you can prevent the government from taking back your benefits. However, you can probably skip it if you're already over 65. At that point, pension splitting is easier, automatic, and doesn't require you to tie up money for 3 years. And finally, be cautious if there is a risk of relationship breakdown. Remember, the account is the legal property of the owner's spouse. This is a financial tool, and like any tool, it needs to be used in a stable environment. There you have it. The spousal RRSP demystified. I'm Jay from the Maple Finance, reminding you to be smart with your money. And as always, remember this video is for education, not financial advice. Be sure to do your own research. Thanks for watching.